What's good, I'm a Ruthless Addicts? It's your girl Tika Deshawn here to give you another review of the Ruthless Oval crossover, episode 17, Body Parts. Okay, so as we know, Barry has made his way to the Rakudushi Compound. Um, Not by his own choice, but he has made his way to the Rakudushi Compound. Now, as a father would do, that being Richard, he is, looking around and asking everybody, had they seen or heard from Barry. And so at this point, he speaks to Sharon, Barry's girlfriend slash ex girlfriend slash soon to be baby mama. He speaks to her and says, well, I'm looking for Barry. Have you seen him? Of course, Sharon says, no, I hadn't seen him. I hadn't heard from him. And then she proceeds to tell him that she may know someone, or she does know someone that knows where that Rakudushi compound is. Now, that person she was referring to is Dale. And as we all know, Dale has been removed from Ruthless and placed on the Oval. He was the guy that worked in the grocery store. That also tried to hit on Manny, the one of the Rakudushi cult members. Now, Sharon and Dale, they go to the White House to meet with Richard, and they explain to them, to Richard, that they pretty much, well, that he knows, Dale knows where, he thinks he knows where the Rakudushi compound is. Of course, Richard, being Richard, says, okay, well, let's go find this place. Now, at this point, they're in the car, they're riding along, and Dale is very, very hesitant about going to this Rakudushi compound, mainly because he has heard about, different things that go on the Rakudushi compound, which now explains to me why, instead of him going to the Rakudushi compound, he actually decided to go off to DC. But anyway, he explains to them, that, he asked him, don't you think we should go, or are we going to go and stop by and get the sheriff before we go up there? And now we know why Richard and Barry are father and son. They're both stubborn. They're both hard-headed. They both think they can do pretty much everything on their own. They don't need anybody's help. So Richard, Dale, and Sharon are, Sharon and Dale remain in the car. But Richard gets out the car once they arrive at the Rakudushi compound. He gets out the car and he meets the security guard by the name of Manny. Now, if you guys can recall, Manny is one of the Rakudushi cult members. Number one, he's one of the guys that helps beat Tally. Number two, he is one of the guys who ends up getting Nisi actually killed because Dale lets Manny know that Nisi, tried to talk to Sheriff Polk or Deputy Polk in the grocery store. And of course, you know what happened to Nisi. Acid was poured in her face, basically murdered, to make it seem like Ruth was dead. And, so anyway, he had something to do with all of that. He was also one of the cult members that showed up at the cabins, at the cabin with two other cult members, saying that they were coming there to, they were just trying to find food and trying to feed their kids, and they were trying to escape the Rakudushi. But how were you ready to escape the Rakudushi and now you're back at their front gate? So 2 and 2 does not match up with Manny. I guess we're going to have to stand by and wait and see what he was really doing at that cabin. All right. So anyway, of course, like I said, Richard is met by Manny at the front gate, and basically Manny is telling him, you need to get out of here because this ain't what you want. I'm not going to just allow you just to come in the gate just because you say your son is in there or your granddaughter is in there. No, that's not what it's going to be. You need to leave. And he has his gun, pretty much pointed in a defensive position to where Richard has no choice but to be uncomfortable and get himself back into his car. Now, with that being said, once Richard gets back into his car, in walks Daikon. Daikon, the Prince of Evil. That's my new name for him, the Prince of Evil. He automatically says we've got to get rid of him as well as the girl, meaning Barry and the and baby girl Callie. Now, the reason why he says that is because Manny lets him know that Barry's, based on what Richard said, that Barry's godfather works for the CIA, or Secret Service, or whatever the case may be. So that's definitely some trouble that the Rakudushi do not want. Now, towards the end of this episode, we see Richard, Dale, and Sharon driving on their way back. I guess they're trying to make their way home or wherever they're going to go. And they basically get tracked down by that same van that snatched up Barry and took him to the Rakudushi Compound. So we do know for a fact that the Rakudushi has decided to chase Richard, Dale, and Sharon, who are all still in Richard's truck. And then we also see a moment where we see that truck has exploded. Now, I'm always hoping and speculating, you guys. I always have hope for people on the Oval as well as the Ruthless. And I'm hoping that Sharon, Dale, and Richard were able to get out of that truck before that truck blows up. That's to be determined, because all we see is, this is all on the preview for next week's episode. And so we see the truck blow up. Now, fast forward to along with the preview, we also see, now y'all know when a room is illuminated in purple, it has something to do with the Rakudushi. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But every time we see a purple illuminated room, here comes something to do with the Rakudushi. We saw it when they returned Lynn back to her house after making her way to the Rakudushi compound. Her bedroom, when Brian found her, was illuminated with purple. She had powder all over her. Then we also see when the ritual burial of William, when the highest had him placed in his bed and it was illuminated purple. So at this point, we know that another sign of another bedroom being illuminated purple has something to do with the Rakudushi. Now, maybe people are speculating, and I feel like I can make this speculation as well, but people are speculating and hoping that Barry and baby girl Callie have been returned home. Now, if they've been returned home, will they be dead and placed in that bedroom, or will they be both highly drugged because of all of the drugs that the Rakudushi, tend to put into people's system? At this point, y'all, we have no idea what is about to go down. Hopefully, next week, we will get a little bit more into some things that are going on with the Rakudushi compound. I can say that I really do appreciate the fact that Mr. Tyler Perry has given us a little crossover of Ruthless. I guess that's why Ruthless had to take a break, had to take its hiatus. But hopefully, just give a little bit of interaction with our Ruthless cast members, that being of Daikon, that being of Ruth, that being of Manny, and all the other Rakudushi cult members, that gives some of you guys a little bit of comfort and knowing that, Ruthless will return at some point. Okay? I know it's giving me some comfort because I love, being able to see the cast members of Ruthless on the screen at any point. But also, finally, we get to see who Victoria, First Lady, we get to see who her father is. Now, everybody, meaning, the husband, Mr. President, Victoria, we both know that they were scared of her mom. But now that mom is dead, we've been faced with and introduced to her father, who was played by none other than the Bill Duke. Mr. You're not effed up, right? Like, if that's one of the most iconic sayings that has been said out of his mouth. I'm pretty sure that there are others, but he has that look that if I'm asking you a question, you better tell me the truth because I'm gonna beat it out of you. That's that's the look that he has. Such an incredible actor that has become a part of the Ruthless / Oval family. I'm super, super happy. I want to see what his character is going to bring to the Ruthless and Oval family. Pretty much this is gonna be awesome, you guys. So that's really about it. As far as what happened, I really only cover Ruthless or the Oval as it pertains to Ruthless. It just helps give us Ruthless fans a little something to think about, a little something to talk about until we can get our full show back. Okay, so if you guys have any kind of speculations or comments, make sure you drop them below in the comments. And just let me know what you're thinking, how you feel about it, and we can definitely have this dialogue. Also, if you guys are following me on Instagram, I have begun a new series entitled Ruthless Conversations, and it's basically acknowledging those actors, actresses, hair and makeup people, the people that are in the background, the feature actors, the stunt doubles, those people who never really get any acknowledgement because they're kind of overshadowed by the bigger name celebrities. And so I just wanted to have a ruthless conversation with these guys. It's every Monday, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until Ruthless returns, you guys. So this, depending on how many more people keep getting to interview and have conversations with, we're gonna keep going all the way until, for now, I'll say September, maybe October, November. We'll do a little something. I'll throw you guys a different little series. But at the end of the day, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, original TP Ruthless Fans. That's fans with the Z on the end. And just look forward to everything else that the Ruthless fans have going on. I'll come back and talk about our cruise that we have planned, as well as some other things dealing with the fans, okay? All right, you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for taking out a moment of your time to check in, to see what's going on with the Oval and Ruthless, the Ruthless Oval crossover. And I guess I will talk to you guys again soon. You take care and be ruthless. Doors wide open and unprovoked when outsiders want to steal our spirit and our hope, then smoke them till they broken. All we know is ruthless. Rage in between the teeth. The malice is the toothpick.